One critical element of spine surgery is ensuring bone growth. iFactor is an FDA-approved drug-device combination product with an osteogenic cell-binding peptide, P15, combined with a calcium phosphate scaffold. iFactor is the only bone graft product specifically approved by the FDA for ACDF applications. This is based on level 1 human clinical data with proven outstanding clinical efficacy while demonstrating a strong safety profile. It has a better fusion rate than published allograft data, and I'll also discuss my own real-world experience with iFactor. My bone graft journey serves as an example as to why we're still talking about graft choices. During residency, we all used iliac crest autograft, which has some inherent drawbacks. Allografts then became popular. However, I stopped using allograft due to a recall in 2005 after tainted bone was fraudulently distributed, leading one of my patients to file suit. From that point on, I no longer wanted to use human-derived tissue. I started using synthetic bone grafts in 2005. This did require an additional step to obtain bone marrow aspirate, and I was reluctant to use this in higher risk patients such as smokers due to lack of evidence in this group. In 2016 and 18, the iFactor IDE study results were published in Spine and Neurosurgery, and this caught my attention for several reasons. A high level of evidence with more than 300 patients in a multi-center IDE study, both prospective and blinded, with good controls by well-respected peers. No bone marrow aspirate was needed. More than 20% of these patients were smokers. Most importantly, 97.3% fusion rate at 2 years with no safety issues. Based on this evidence, I switched to iFactor, a drug-device combination bone graft. Each patient was evaluated on 4 measures of success: fusion, NDI, neurologic, and safety. And this study showed a statistically significant superiority of iFactor over autograft and overall clinical success. But how does that fusion rate stack up against allograft? From the arthroplasty IDE studies, in which the control arm was ACDF with a plate and allograft bone, we see that iFactor outperformed the fusion controls in every study. But what happens when we try to replicate those results in the real world? I've been using iFactor since 2016 and now have performed more than 350 ACDF cases using iFactor. My own results have mirrored those of the multi-center IDE study. No complications related to choice of graft and no safety events. I'm starting to review the first 200 patients out past a year and hope to submit that for publication shortly. The key takeaways on iFactor: it works. Fusion rate of 97.3%. It works better than autograft with higher fusion rates than the control arms of the arthroplasty IDE studies. iFactor has been studied in an FDA PMA approved IDE study. There was no evidence of ectopic bone formation, swelling, or dysphagia in the IDE study, my own nearly 400 patients, or the greater than 100,000 patients treated with iFactor worldwide. This is the first and only bone graft powered by P15 osteogenic cell binding peptide.